afternoon, everybody. This is Rick Ricketts from Clearwater, Florida. I want to welcome you to what I think is an unbelievable business opportunity. You know, 2 years ago, I met with Hutch, who's sitting beside me, and he is the CEO and founder of Incruises. And I met with him and I listened to him, and he said, Rick, I'm going to build the biggest cruise company in the world. And you know what, folks, I really believed him today. He told me that, but it just wasn't the right time for me, and I passed. And you know, here it is 2.5 years later. And what I'd like to say to you, Hutch, tell us why you think this is better now than it was 2.5 years, and why Rick Ricketts is in the right place at the right time.
Sure. Well, first of all, it's my honor, it's a privilege to be here
with you. Oh, it's my
pleasure,
Hutch. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. It's great to be here with your family and to see Brenda and the fact that we're both Clemson fans.
Oh, yes.
It means the world to me, and my son Patrick will be very happy to hear that. My son Sean, not so much.
He's an Alabama
He's
fan.
at Alabama.
Well, there's hope for him.
But I'll just say a couple things. One, the vision of the business has only intensified. It's just gotten more bold, and that is to try and make a measurable difference, just improve the quality of people's lives. And so we've backed up that vision with results. We're in 150 countries. When I met with you, we were in about 100 countries. We're now in 150, actually 178 countries.
Wow.
When I met with you 2 years ago, the website was only translated in a few languages. The website's now translated into 11 languages. After we met, we didn't have any presence in the Asia marketplace. Now Asia is the largest membership base that we have throughout the world. And this week, we just finished translating the website into Chinese.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, so day one, somebody coming into the business has a true opportunity to build a global business. And so you're doing this from the backyard of Clearwater, Sarasota, Tampa, but you have the opportunity, Rick, to be in business with people all over the world day one. And what makes that so is the cruise business. Any place in the world that you can get on a cruise, you can be a member of Incruises. I'll say it again. You truly have a global business day one. Any place in the world where you can get on a cruise, you can be a member or to promote the business. The vision's always been the same. Yeah.
You know, Hutch, what's really exciting for me is I was with 2 other companies and I built major teams there. But those were teams I could only build in the United States. And what you talked about being global, you know, I remember when I first put somebody in my previous company and I put a Cuban guy in my business in Miami. And you know what? He always talked about, Rick, if we could just do this in South America, we'd be rich.
Sure.
He said, Rick, we've got to get in South America. That never happened. Then I went and did another travel company. It was the same situation. We could only build it in America. You know, I know 2 words in Spanish. It's mucho dinero. That's the only 2 words I know. But see, if you find the right person, folks, you don't have to know all the words. I put a great friend of mine, Scott Underwood, in this business this week. And he's already sponsored a lady that works with him, and she's from Colombia. In fact, she's coming here in just a few minutes, and we're going to film her doing the presentation in Spanish. So just think of global outreach that you can build this thing anywhere, and we got a product I really believe stands on its own, Hutch. I think that's the key here.
Sure. The cruise business is a $40 billion industry. It's the fastest growing, most profitable segment within the $6 to $8 trillion travel industry, and that's the cruise industry. And a cruise vacation, and this isn't me promoting this, this is within the industry, is probably about 30 to 50% less than a land resort type vacation.
Wow.
When you account for your accommodations, your meals, the snacks, the entertainment, all of that's inclusive. And were you to compare a land resort vacation to a cruise vacation, there really is no
There's
comparison.
no comparison.
Yeah.
You know, I have 6 grandkids, 3 children, 6 grandkids. I took all of them, 13 of them, on the Oasis of the Seas 2 years ago. Of course, Boppy always pays. That's what my grandkids call it. You know, and that cruise cost me a little over $16,000. And folks, what I want to tell you is, if I'd have listened to Hutch 2.5 years ago, I'd have probably been going on that cruise for free. And I have people say, well, Rick, I have a great deal. I'm a platinum member with Royal Caribbean. Folks, can you beat free? That's what we have a chance to offer people here, a chance to put $100 into this membership every month and the company matched that. That's exciting, folks. So you've got a business that, if you know what really is refreshing, if you're not a networker and you never recruit one person here, the worst scenario is all you got to do is take your wife on vacation. Is that a bad deal?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing that I think that's important for people to ask. Where are the holes? What's the downside? What's the downside risk if I get involved? And I say, number one, you can only pay $100 a month. That's standard across the board for everybody. Nobody has an initiation fee. The $100 is a membership payment, and we automatically credit you what we call these cruise dollars. They're a travel credit, and that's automatically added to your account. And again, that's the same for everybody. So one risk is you can only pay $100. And again, when you put in 100, you get 200 cruise dollars. The second risk or downside, if you will, not to be negative, but number one, you have to stay active. You have to be an active member. You have to be responsible. And I think it's important for people to know that you've got to be able to afford to go on vacation. I built this business to enable people to have that vacation freedom, to have that economic freedom. But Rick, respectfully, if people can't afford to be on vacation, that may be the reason to join our club, but we want to attract those that are responsible because they have to stay active, number one. And for that, we have a very high retention rate. We've discovered that our cruise membership, tied to our business opportunity, has got an 85+% retention rate, which is solid, which is rock solid. Number one. Number two, you got a vacation. The value of what we have is to use those travel credits to book the cruise. You book the cruise right from your back office with our proprietary booking engine, and you use those cruise dollars to either reduce the price or to pay for the cruise in full. And so that's the value. But you have to vacation.
That's right.
And again, you may or may not make a lot of money with us, but I can tell you this, that as you look me in the eyes, again, from my mouth to your ears, you won't spend a lot of money. And I'm very proud of this. You may or may not make a lot of money, which I know that you're going to, Rick. And some members of the team may or may not. But this, I promise you, you won't spend a lot of money. Every dollar that you put into that membership creates value. And that's important. But you have to use those travel credits. You have to go on vacation.
And you know what makes me feel so good, Hutch? In my previous companies, I put people into business, and I would leave them and I said, boy, there ain't no way. They just weren't people person. You know, the great thing about this, folks, if you get in our business, and like I said earlier, if you just build and never build this business and put anybody in, you can go on a vacation with your family and save money. You know, I'm from a small town in South Carolina. Everybody took a vacation the same week. It was July the 4th. You know why? Because the mill closed. Okay? And everybody took a vacation the same week. You know what the problem was? Nobody could afford to get out of town. If you're looking at this business, folks, and you're looking for something that could change your financial picture, I really do believe this business is not about me, and I've built big teams before. I believe it's about the average person having a chance to make an extra $500 or $1,000 a month. And folks, I really do believe everybody can win here at Incruises because of Hutch.
Thank you. Yep. The value of what we have is something that everybody wants. Everybody wants to travel. Everybody wants to see the world. And there's nothing better than being rewarded for helping others to find joy, to find the ability to travel, to vacation, to get out from South Carolina, get out from Florida. Go see, go travel, go to the Mediterranean, go to Alaska, go to the Baltic Sea. I've been so blessed to be able to go on multiple cruises over the last many years. And that's what I wish for everybody else, is to get out of the comfort zone. That's my metaphor for this business. The best way that I know to transform somebody's life is to get them to go on vacation, to travel. When you travel, you make the world smaller. You discover that we're more alike than we are dissimilar with people all over the world. And that's really what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you to get out of your comfort zone, to get on a ship, and to leave the safety, if you will, of the harbor behind. And again, I'll say that metaphor one more time. What I'm really trying to do is to get people to leave their comfort zones, to get out, meet, greet, explore, discover, eat different foods, leave the safety of the harbor behind, and get out and grow as a person, as a leader, and as a human being. That's ultimately what I'm trying to do.
Well, you know what I'd like to do, Hutch, to close with this, my pastor once told me something, and I said, I think the biggest problem in life is people have failed at so many things that they've ever tried to do. And I asked my pastor once, I said, Pastor, why are people scared to take that first step to do something maybe that could change their family's life? And he said something to me that I'll never forget. He said, Rick, people have been so beat up that their memories are bigger than their dreams. Folks, what me and Hutch want to do is help you start dreaming again. We want you to dream about that vacation with your family somewhere that you never dreamed you could do. So I just want to thank Hutch for coming over here today, and I appreciate him coming to my office and filming this. God bless you. Y'all have a great week. We'll see you on the beaches of the world, folks.
Okay, thank you.